are in the bulletin. You can follow along. We're going to switch the order up a little bit, so if it looks like I forgot something, just be patient, okay? We're going to start here with the wedding bells are ringing. Can you hear them? Ken, I can. he smiled. So Ken and Danielle are getting married on November 30th. Just coming soon. 2 p.m. at Stark County Courthouse. It says anyone is welcome to attend. There'll be a reception here at the church for them in the near future. I don't think that date has been set specifically yet, but we're going to do a wedding reception here soon. So stay tuned for that. Church and school board meetings coming up December 15th, Monday evening at 5:30 p.m. Friday night soup supper and Bible study every first, third, and fifth Friday at 5:45 p.m. Midweek manna prayer meeting Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Everyone's invited. All right, here's one here. Who all here has been involved with one of our school mission fairs before? They're great. That wasn't near enough hands. Everybody that didn't raise their hand should come to this one. It's a blast, you guys. It's great fun. The annual mission fair is coming up in just a couple weeks, December 10th. Please invite your friends and neighbors, and anything you can contribute to the sale is greatly appreciated. We'll begin the evening with Vespers at 4:30. Then a group will go to town and do some caroling in Dickinson, returning between 6 and 6:30, at which time we have some finger foods. Please bring some to share, as well as warm mulled cider and Wonder Cocoa and popcorn. Besides the mission fair, there will also be a little group making old-time decorations for our mission tree. So this mission fair thing, you bring something to sell and the proceeds go to missions, and it's a good time. It really is a lot of fun. Veterans Closet collection point is in the kitchen still. If you want to make a donation there. Background checks. So this morning, I filled in the children's Sabbath school class, and towards the end I was looking at this, and the thought had not occurred to me that I need to do this background check too until just now. I'm wondering how many other people there are that are in the same boat as I am. Maybe there's some of us that need to go ahead and do this background check because we didn't realize that we're involved with the youth group. But these background checks need to be done as soon as possible. And the link is here. And the list of people who have completed it is here. So if you have questions, you're welcome to contact one of them and they'll help walk you through it. But check that and think about it. I know I need to do that. What, Colt? Okay. All right, good. So once it's completed, tell Mrs. Wright. If you have anything to do with the youth groups or the children in the church, you need to have that done. All right, sounds of the season. This, Mrs. Wright warned me, this is a long announcement, and it's interesting. There's some good stuff here. I'm not going to read the whole thing because we've got other stuff to move on to, but take a minute to read that. That's an interesting little bit of history, how the Messiah came about there. If you love the familiar strains of Messiah, please note next Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m., Dickinson Chorale Union will be presenting this inspired oratorio. Did I get that right? At the Assumption Abbey in Richardson. So anyway, take note of that and be involved if you'd like to. And read that note. That's interesting. Also, a couple things I wanted to bring up. In the announcements, I often skip over and don't talk about the financials here that are printed in here, but it kind of shows where there's a need this time of year and what's going on. Skim over those if you are. But also at the note in the small letters, it says, thank you for your faithfulness in giving. If you wish to receive a receipt for your donation, for your tax stuff, please remember to put your name on the envelope. We don't know whose it is if it doesn't have a name on it. And then also, please note that to support the operation of your local church here, your donation must be marked church budget. If you just put money in the envelope, it's considered tithe and it goes on to the conference and the world, but very little of that is here. So if you want to help with your local church, you need to mark it. Tithes are sent on to support the work of the church around the conference and in the world. So if there's any questions about that, let us know. But remember, you got to put your name on it. And if you want us to go to a specific spot, you have to mark it. And if you have questions, come talk to one of us. We'll be happy to walk you through it. Okay, now we're going to go back to the one I skipped. First reading for nominating committee report. Mr. Wright has a stack of them. We're going to pass these out. I think, does Willie have some here? Willie's got some. Mr. Wright's got some. Dickinson Adventist Church members. We need to read through this big list here. I'll wait a minute until everybody has their copies. Are there any members that haven't gotten one? Please raise your hand. Alina? Raise them high so the people can see that are passing them out. All right, we get them all. Do we have enough copies? You need one, Alina? I think we're short on copies, so scoot over by somebody that's got one. Scoot over by Lindsay so you can look at hers, okay? All right, so everybody's got one. We'll read through this. Invitation Hill Seventh-day Adventist Church proposed officers for 2023. Elders, Ron Wright, head elder, and Free Cargus. Deacons, Willie Hale, head deacon, Coulter, Brooks, Ange, Roper, and Deuce. If you look, there's a note at the end, but that P in parentheses is pending. We're waiting for a couple membership transfers to come in. That's what that means. So those are pending membership transfer. Deaconesses, Endine as head, Wynn, Erica, Emma, Glenda, Mahela, and Brianna. Treasurer, Laura Cargus, head, Free Cargus, assistant. Clerk, Grace Logan, and Jana Wright, assistant. Music ministry, Coulter is head, Autumn, Grace, and Jana. Adult Sabbath school teachers, Vern, Coulter, Judy Nauman, Roper, and Free. Excuse me. Young adult Sabbath school teachers, Perry Cargus, head, Laura Cargus, and Jason Logan. New adult Sabbath school teachers, Ron, Wright, Willie, and Margot. Junior Sabbath school teachers, Rita Smith as head and Laura Cargus. Primary Sabbath school teachers, Endine. Cradle Roll Sabbath school teacher, Glenda Suresig as head. Brianna, Hale, Rejoice, Lillianne, and Emma. Greeters, Del Olson as head. Free Cargus, Deuce, Brooks, Fortune, and Austin. Usher coordinators, Brooke Sethman and Vern Granger. Deuce, Ange, and Bosco, Jane Bosco. Decorating committee, Danelle and Autumn. Flip it over. Directory, Rita Smith as head, Linda Dvorak, Autumn Hale, and Afton Logan. Mission and prayer emphasis, Betty, Perry, Roper, Afton, Margot, and Judy Nauman. Evangelism promotion, Ron Wright, head, Vern, Brooks, Roper, and Ken. IHAC News, Afton Logan, and Jana Wright as editor. Religious Liberty, Betty Hay, head, and Carissa Vietz. School Board, Jason Logan, Willie Hale, Laura Cargus, Free Cargus, Endine Cargus, Grace Logan, Ron Wright, Betty Hay, Jana Wright, Brianna Hale, and Anj. Grounds and Landscaping, Dell as head, Paulette Haldeman, Brooke Sethman, and Willie Hale. So the church board is not chosen by nominating committee, it's by elected position. That's Jason Logan, Ron Wright, Willie, Laura, Free, and Dean, Grace, and Betty. Bulletin Secretary, Jana Wright as head, and Coulter Cargus. Social Committee, Endine Cargus, Danelle Yell, and Afton Logan. Nominating Committee, Jason Logan, Glenda Seresig, Dell Olson, Betty Hay, Ron Wright, and Brianna Hale. That is the first reading for our nominating committee report. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our nominating committee this year. We don't vote on that. We'll do a second reading on that next week, and then we'll vote then. So, all right. I think that concludes our announcements. So we can go on with our song service now. That was a lot, wasn't it? We made it through. It's not even noon yet.
Good morning and happy Sabbath. Let's start our song service this morning with number 532, Day by Day, 532.
Day, and with each passing moment, strength I find to meet my trials here. Trusting in my Father's wise bestowment, I've no cause for worry or for fear. He whose heart is kind beyond all measure gives unto each day what he deems best. Lovingly, it's part of pain and pleasure, mingling toil with peace and rest. Every day the Lord himself is near me, with a special mercy for each hour. All my cares he fain would bear and cheer me, he whose name is Counselor and Power. The protection of his child and treasure is a charge that on himself he laid. As your days, your strength shall be in measure. This the pledge to me